Have you ever wanted to make a dessert and just couldn't decide brownie or cookie? Well, today I think I've solved that problem. On Sweet Talk, we are making chocolate chip streusel brownies. These will please both the cookie and brownie lovers in your life, and I think some dads on Father's Day too. I'm gonna start with my dry ingredients. Here I have 1 3/4 cup of AP flour. To that, I'm adding half a teaspoon of baking powder and half a teaspoon of baking soda. Next, I'll add 3/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. I like to have a little bit of a salty sweet thing with my chocolate chip cookies. I'll just give this a quick whisk and move on to my butter and sugar. Here I have 1 stick of room temperature butter. To that I'm adding a half cup of light brown sugar. Just make sure to pack this in. And also half a cup of granulated sugar. I'll get the mixer going on medium-high until the butter and the sugar is combined, light and creamy. This will take about 4 minutes. While this is running, I'm going to chop my chocolate. All right, butter's looking pretty good. Just give that a scrape down the sides. And next, I'm adding 1 large egg and 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. I'll give this a mix on medium just until it's combined. Looks great. Now I'll give it 1 more scrape. All right, and I'll add in my dry ingredients. You can add these all at once. This is just a pretty basic cookie dough. Just mix this on low just until it's combined. And when it's just about totally combined, I'm going to add my chocolate. This is 6 ounces of bittersweet chocolate. You could use chocolate chips for this, but I like the way that chopped chocolate melts. I think it melts really nicely. And I like having some varying sizes of chocolate in my cookie dough. All right, last little pieces. This looks delicious. I absolutely love cookie dough. I mean, who doesn't, right? So I'm going to set this aside, clean up my station, and make my brownie batter. So now I'm making my brownie batter. I'm starting by melting 6 ounces of bittersweet chocolate. And now I'm adding 1 stick of room temperature butter. Give this a quick stir. Using a double boiler is a really gentle way of heating your chocolate with your butter. This helps make sure that it doesn't burn. So I'm taking this off the heat. And the first thing I'm going to do is add 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. Adding the sugar first helps cool down the chocolate mixture, which means that we won't scramble our eggs when we add the eggs in. Stir this in. Next, I'm adding 3 large eggs. We'll whisk these in 1 at a time to make sure that things get evenly incorporated. Looks a little granulated right now from the sugar, but that's okay. When it all bakes together, it's a really delicious, dense, chewy brownie. Next, I'm whisking in 1/4 cup of Dutch processed cocoa powder. And 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And finally, we will fold in our flour. This is 1/2 cup plus 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. You just want to fold this until it's just incorporated. You may be thinking, why can't I just use a box mix for this? You totally could, but once you try these brownies, you will never go back. They're so decadent, gooey, rich. They're really amazing. Move over box mix because there's a new brownie in town. This is ready. I'm going to get my cookie dough and we're going to assemble our chocolate chip streusel brownies. Now for the fun part, assembling our brownie cookie creation. First, the brownie batter. Put that aside. I'm gonna spread this out to the edges. I've prepared my pan with butter, parchment, and then buttered it again so that nothing sticks. That looks good. Next, we sprinkle our cookie dough all over the top of the brownies. It's okay if there's a little space between the cookie chunks on here because as they bake, they'll puff up and they'll kind of completely cover the top of the brownie. Doesn't that look incredible? I know some of you will probably want to eat this just like this, but I'm going to cover this with parchment lined aluminum foil and put it in the oven for 20 minutes. Remove the foil and bake it for an additional 30 minutes until it's nice and golden brown and has moist crumbs when you press in with a toothpick. They're ready and I am so excited to eat them. I've let them cool completely in the pan, so I'm ready to take them out. Now we just need to gently wiggle out of the pan. I can just pull it that way. There it is. Are you team brownie or team cookie? Let me know what you think in the comments and tell me what you think of this mashup of two of my favorite desserts. And I think if you make these for Dad on Father's Day, he is going to love them. This looks like a good size to me. All right, I just have to take a bite. They're too good to resist. Oh my gosh, look at that. It is moist, it's chewy, it's crunchy, it's ooey gooey, it's the best of both worlds, brownie and cookie. You will never find this in a box.